Looks like the final piece of the terrifying Conquerors puzzle is here. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have the details for the EZA for the transforming STR Bojack. So we'll be taking a look at him and a few other key details of what should be coming up here very, very soon for Global and JP Dokkan. So let's go ahead, let's hop into the Bojack EZA. So we have some rough translations here from Toonrami's server. I think I took this from, so bear with us. It's not the best translation, or at least I cannot verify it at the moment, but it's the only translations I've seen posted at the time of me recording this video, so we'll go with it. So we've got attack and defense 150%. We got a attack and defense 30% for extreme class allies, and space traveling warriors or inhuman deeds category allies key 2, and attack and defense 30% when facing one or more enemies, plus an additional attack and defense 15% when facing 2 or more enemies, plus an additional attack and defense 15% when facing 3 or more enemies, and attack and defense 30% per space traveling warriors or inhuman deeds category ally on the team, whichever has more. He guards against all attacks when there are 5 or more space traveling warriors or inhuman deeds category ally on the team. So he is basically the best supporting unit for Slug's team and Frieza's team for that matter. Looking at this, right, we've got, if I'm looking at this correctly, right, so we got 30% just 30% out the gate for extreme class, right? Then if those if they are space traveling warriors or inhuman deeds, they get an additional 30% as long as you're facing 1 or more enemies. So that's 60% support, which is really, really good. Then if you're facing 2 enemies, right, that's 75% support. Then if you're facing 3 enemies, that's 90% support. Now, realistically, you're probably never going to see these outside of like a couple turns in like the Supreme Magnificent battle against like the STR Gohan or the Trunks and Goten. But, I mean, it's still kind of a nice to have, right? If you ever have those situations where you're fighting more than one enemy. It's also really good for SBR and ESBR too, for that matter, right? So, honestly, really, really good. I mean, just 60% support alone is really good, right? Especially for the team that he's on. Because there's already a few good support units, right? I mean, we already have LR Turles, who can support the team as well. So, I mean, that's really good. Now, his super attack effect is greatly raising attack and defense for the turn and causing immense damage, which, compared to what he had before, right, that is up from 30% to 50% support now. I would, or not support, but 50% raise, and it seems as though the wording here is greatly raise attack and defense. So the defense is raising, both of them are raising 50%. So really, really good there. So that is his base form. Now, of course, he can transform, and his transformation is an active skill, so I don't think it's going to be changing. So it's just 1 or more enemy from the 4th turn, so that's not too bad. Once transform into full power Bojack, he is now key 3, attack and defense 240%. He has guaranteed guard against all attacks, no condition. He launches an additional attack that has a 50% chance of becoming a super attack and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, excluding STR, into STR key spheres. He gets an additional defense 120% when attacking, and gets attack 60% and defense 30% when attacking with 3 or more key spheres. He also gets an additional attack 60% and launches an additional attack with a 50% chance of becoming a super attack with 6 or more key spheres. He greatly raises attack on his super attack effect and greatly raises defense for the turn. So interesting. Now I'm not sure how I feel about this, because if I'm not mistaken, with 3 or more key spheres obtained. Okay, so, I mean, they basically took this part of his passive and just expanded upon it. Now, My concern here is, right, like, well, I mean, with guard, he should be okay. So, I mean, I'm imagining he's probably going to be building up quickly along the lines of, like, STR Kefla. I'm not sure, but again, this is transformed, so you can't do this until turn 4. But he still looks good, and because this turn is the thing I always liked about Bojack is that, I mean, and it's kind of similar to STR Cooler too, for that matter, although STR Cooler continued to stack defense, right? You can use this guy as floating support as needed, and then when you feel, or whenever it becomes necessary, you can transform him and begin the all-out assault, right? Foregoing the support in favor of that. So I do kind of like that about Bojack, that, you know, he can kind of fit more than one role on the team depending on what you need him for and when you need it. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out in conjunction with stacking. On paper, it would appear as though he's going to be doing a lot of the same things Kefla is doing once this happens. But, I mean, there's something else going on under the hood of Kefla that caused her to just launch out of control with the way her attack built up. So I'm not sure if Bojack would have that same effect. But, I mean, on paper, it seems like it'll be pretty darn similar. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out, right? STR Lord Slug's team is still missing a few pieces. This card will fill one of those pieces, right? One of the big things they're missing is some high damage units with some good support, right? They do have a good support with the Metamacha and Anguilla, but I mean, they don't do a whole lot of damage, and, you know, they are very much dodge or die. However, this, right, may be just the opposite, right? Not only are we going to have some good support, but then we have some good offensive and defensive options out of him as well. So very, very excited to see this guy play out. Now, he is not on demonic power, which means the team kind of needs one more thing to come, and that is this sub EZA here. Hopefully this gets announced sometime soon. There's still a possibility they could announce it. Heck, they could probably announce it while I'm recording this video, for all I know. And there's a lot they could do with this card, and I do hope that at some point before the end of the celebration he does EZA, because I don't really see another opportunity where they could do this. So the sooner they get this out of the way, the better, because Lord Slug really needs this guy as a partner, right? That's been not that I don't think Lord Slug is amazing and worthy of a title or at least a claim to #1 TUR, but, right, my biggest beef with him is the link partners, right? He doesn't have many good ones, and most of his good ones forgo big bad bosses, which obviously you don't want. So having this guy EZA and making him a good link partner, I think, is something he needs. So hopefully we get this announced soon. Other than that, right, on the news and Global and JP Dokkan, they did announce a few things that are going to be coming now. Starting tomorrow, 2 days from now, or tomorrow for most of you when you see this video, we will be getting, on the 5th, we will be getting the start of the Super Dragon Ball Heroes campaign. So we will also be getting the first stages of the story mode. We will be getting the EZA for the Demon Realm Toa, and then we will be getting a new quest mode stage. Now, I think at this point, we should be getting the Awakening for the Frieza, so expect to see that coming sometime soon, and all of this should be dropping within the next couple of days. Now, I don't know what else is going to come after that. I imagine we'll get the EZA details and the details for the Heroes units tweeted out sometime, probably around the same time that all of these are dropping. So very, very exciting stuff to come, but I think Bojack is pretty much, unless they decide to surprise announce that Fizz Slug EZA, Bojack pretty much marks the end of the Lord Slug celebration. We will be moving into Heroes and into the December Dokkan Fest after that, right? I can't imagine there being much else left for Slug's celebration unless they decide to throw another surprise EZA at us. But there's definitely not going to be a part 2. So, guys, that is it for the video. That is STR Bojack's EZA. He seems really good. I can't wait to test him out. I can't wait to play around some more with Slug's team. I am really enjoying it, and giving one more powerful option, a support option no less, is going to make the team all that much more fun. So I can't wait to test them out, especially with Turles on the team as well. This should be fun. So guys, that's it for the video. if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of STR Bojack's EZA? I think he looks really good, but I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.